Perfect. Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into Philly Take with RB. RB here. Drop a like on this video right now if you are ready for basketball to come back. Drop a like if you are tired of the dead point of the NBA offseason. Like I said, it's been tough. We're here trying to cover it all through. There's just not really much to talk about right now. We have a few tidbits today that we'll get into, but if you support me, if you support the show, what we're trying to do, drop a like on this video. Give me your thoughts in the comments about this offseason. How do you feel right now about this team moving forward? Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. Don't miss any of the coverage. We will be back very soon. A lot of videos, live streams. And if a trade does go down, if and when, we will be the first to break it down right here on YouTube. Also, speaking of supporting me, I've had a lot of comments recently, RB, why aren't you covering the Eagles? RB, where's your Eagles coverage? I am covering the Eagles, just on a different channel. So go over to A to Z Sports Philly right here on YouTube. Search it up. Go support me. Subscribe to them. And check it out. We got Eagles content all year long over on A to Z Sports Philly. All right, let's talk about the Sixers, man. Like I said, it's been tough. Not much to really get into, but we have something today, and I want to know from you down below in the comments. Do you think Daryl Morey was secretly scouting the LA Clippers? Is Daryl Morey gearing up to do a deal with the LA Clippers? Give me your thoughts down below. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we will get into it here shortly. But before we do that, a couple quick things. Here is Sixers managing partner Josh Harris last night. The NFL preseason had a lot of games last night. All the teams had their first game essentially. And here's Josh Harris, who is the new managing partner. If you didn't know, right? He's the managing partner of the Sixers, the NJ Devils in hockey. And he bought the Commanders, who are a terrible franchise in my opinion. But he bought them. He's from Washington. And he's happy, and they have touted this guy as like a legend already in Washington. I remember when they introduced him about a month ago, he bought everybody at this brewery a free beer. It was really more than he spent even in the Sixers offseason so far, which is hilarious. But here's Josh Harris getting a game ball because the Commanders won a preseason game. You see what I mean? It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, but it's just weird, man. It's weird. Like you would expect this owner to be, maybe the Eagles and the Sixers and the Phillies. No, it's like the Eagles, the Commanders, the Devils. It's kind of cringe to me. What do you guys think about that? Also, the NBA announced that the Sixers will have the season opener on October 26th. Now, this isn't the actual opener because on the 24th, a couple days before, we talked about this a few days ago, right? There's a couple games that starts off the NBA season. It'll be the Warriors and Suns. It'll be the Lakers and Nuggets. But for the rest of the teams, the Sixers will have the technical season opener, and they will be in Milwaukee to play the Bucks on October 26th. So last year we had Sixers Celtics. What do we think about Sixers Bucks? Embiid, Giannis, maybe another ladder gate to open the season. Give me your thoughts on that down below. Who will come out with the W, right? I mean, from this, it kind of makes me feel like the NBA believes that the Sixers are still going to be in contention. They're still going to be a good team. Maybe they anticipate Harden staying, who knows, but they want, right, a pristine matchup to open off the season. So they put the Sixers up against the Bucks. The Sixers usually do actually start it off, but, they're not just going to put any team in there like the Charlotte Hornets. So we'll see how that plays out. Also, James Harden still riding his victory tour in China. Here he was yesterday. I think he's been there for like a week now. Look at him here. I mean, these fans love James Harden. He is literally riding his celebrity tour right now. I mean, everywhere this guy goes, man, they're chanting MVP. They're trying to capture him. I mean, he is beloved here in China. I don't even think he's thinking about the contract situation at this point. Maybe his camp's dealing with it. And here's James Harden participating in a 3-point contest against one of the players from China. And we're not going to play the whole thing here. It's a long clip, but what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this? Does James Harden look in shape to you? How does his shot look? That's a miss right there. That's a miss right there. Then he finally knocks one down. How's his form looking? Do you think he's working hard this offseason, or is he drinking the Harden wine, Bran? Is he drinking his own wine that he continues to push and promote everywhere? What do we think, man? I don't know. Give me your thoughts down below. All right, let's jump into the actual topic, I guess, if you want to call it an actual topic. But Robert Covington was playing at the Rico Hines Runs, right? Rico Hines, new assistant coach for the Sixers, worked with Nick Nurse for a long time with the Raptors, and he runs his, annual camp or training thing or whatever you want to call it every single year. And in attendance at that game, per this tweet, now it was deleted, which is weird, but there was a whole article put out, and apparently Clippers president Lawrence Frank and Sixers president Daryl Morey were both in attendance, and there were other Clippers players playing at this private run as well, facilitated by Rico Hines. So could Daryl Morey secretly be having talks with the Clippers president? Could he be there scouting some of these guys, right? Especially some of the younger players that the Clippers have, right? I mean, in my opinion, I'm still standing on this ground that, if the Sixers do a deal with the Clippers, the main prize in that deal is going to have to be draft assets, right? I just don't see a move, making the Sixers such a better team. And I know that you don't really equate equal value when it comes to big trades like this in the NBA, but the Sixers are still trying to contend. I just don't see them moving on from James Harden for a package of RoCo, Marcus Morris, Norman Powell, and Terrence Mann. First off, the Clippers don't want to do that. And second off, I don't think Daryl Morey would ever even think about that. It doesn't really fit the mold for anything at all. And, maybe this is Daryl Morey trying to persuade the Clippers president to throw in 3 first-round picks. I don't know what it is. Or maybe they're just there watching the runs, right? We didn't get too much detail, but it is interesting that both of them are in attendance for these runs, which are, usually just privately held, and the players show up and they run 5-on-5s. What do we think about that? Also, another interesting tidbit into this is that Robert Covington says that he has not spoke with Coach Ty Lue since the season ended and has no current plans to reconnect. Quote, "If it do, it do. If it don't, I won't dwell on it." Now, Robert Covington still has 1 year left on his deal with the Clippers, about $11.2 million, I think it is. So he would obviously be a trade chip in a potential package. And I mean, this mentality here, first off, I don't really like that mentality. It's like, okay, I'm still contractually obligated to be on this team, but I'm not going to talk to the coach, right? And if it happens, it happens. Like, that's just weird to me. That is just not a good mindset to have. And I mean, right here, it kind of feels like he's 1 foot out the door. So it almost feels like he's ready to move on, right? If you go back last season, the Clippers didn't even play him that much, and he ended up just being a backup wing and backup, I guess, 4 at points for the Clippers, and, didn't really have a role there. He didn't fit in. And a lot of people were saying that he got done wrong because of that. No, he's not that good. He's not that good. I mean, he hit his peak in Houston. I think they had an offense designed, perfectly to his skill set, and it allowed him to be more of a dynamic, player and playmaker as well, and just move quicker and be able to play his style. But overall, I just don't see him fitting into a team like the Sixers because I don't think he's consistent enough, right? I think the Houston offense, when they're running no big men and they're just running up and down the floor, is much better suited to his play. But as he saw, right, not every team's going to be like that. And really, the other reason that I do not want RoCo on the Sixers is because of this right here. I put it on Twitter. This was last year, right, when Robert Covington criticized Philadelphia fans and he defended Ben Simmons. There was a thing where Kyrie at the Nets Sixers game was getting into it with a fan, and this clip kind of went viral on, social media. And then Robert Covington felt the obligation to comment on it, and he said, "Philly at its finest. Now you see why he wanted out." So they're talking about Ben Simmons here, and it just really, like, you didn't have to chime in and say that. So really a jab at Philly fans here. I don't even know if he would want to come back. In addition to that, I think back to the days, obviously he got better throughout his career, but when RoCo was a member of the Sixers, going 2 for 12 some games, and, he was a forward that never learned how to put the ball on the floor for 6 years. And I mean, it was a great story. I mean, his rise, right, was great, and he ended up getting paid, and he was valued as an NBA player. But I think you saw this past year, like, it's just not it. I don't think he is a productive player. If you brought him to Philly, sure, the Sixers have no wing, so maybe he could be productive in some ways, especially help, the Sixers on their perimeter defense. But at the end of the day, he's just not consistent enough as a shooter. The Sixers need wings that can knock down shots every single night. And I just can't be convinced that he's going to do that. So, you know, people keep talking about this Clippers trade package. I don't even think Daryl Morey has entertained it one time, right? People keep DMing me, yo, what's this trade package going to be? What is the final offer? I don't think there is an offer. I don't think Daryl Morey is even on the same like level as what the Clippers are thinking right now. So like I said before, like I said all off season, it's going to get ugly. It's already getting ugly. James Harden's going to have to come back and suit up. It's going to be a sticky situation. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Give me your thoughts, though, on all of this down below in the comment section. Do you think a deal will ultimately happen? Will James Harden suit up again for the Sixers? Give me your thoughts down below. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.